is going to be the DNA for people. Do you have an idea now, for those of you who wrote down your biggest challenge, whether it's balance, whether it's time, whether it's eating whatever, how this can help you? Take a minute, just 30 seconds, and write down how you think understanding the personalities can help you better overcome that challenge. Okay, we're going to move on to our next segment. The next segment, now that we have established the DNA for people, the next segment is the DNA for business. Once we know who we're talking to and what their interests are, what their likes are, now we have a roadmap to help us do that. Russ, I understand you're going to be coming up. You're going to be helping us?
Bruce.
Bruce is going to be coming up and doing this. Excellent. Give it up for Bruce.
Do the 5-year road.
Great. Excellent, buddy. Great job. It's all yours.
So, I've been around the 530 grid for a while, and I'm just beginning to understand the grid itself. What I'm really getting grounded is the value of the 530 grid. I think this thing is amazing, I really do. So, it's simple in what it offers. Sometimes it's a little hard for me to follow it. So, is it really a science of getting more and better leads? Absolutely. It's really this 530 grid here. So I'm going to touch on a few of the parts of the 530 grid, and I'm hoping that you're going to find a way that you can apply it in your life and in your business. So the first thing is identifying your targets. Yeah. So whatever you do, there are certain people who really need what you're offering. Yeah? You know? Yeah, every one of us has people who need what we're offering. Now, are we really identifying who we need or who need what we offer? Or are we putting out signs and taking whatever we get? So the better able you are to distinguish what it is you're looking for and those people who could benefit from what you're offering, that's going to make your life a whole lot easier because those are the people who really want what you have. The more you take anybody and everybody, the more suffering you're going to do. We've been doing that in our Renatus business. We have our signs, people call us up, and we're trying to make it work for people, and so many of these people don't have money. And is there an opportunity to make money? Absolutely. But there has to be a desire, too, to learn. And many of the people that we speak with, they don't have it, and we spend time trying to save them. And we suffer, don't we?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we identify our targets, and now we have to develop the message. And, you know, that's something that most of us are not really proficient at. You know, develop it. We know what turns us on, but what turns somebody else on? You know? Ed, you're successful in Renatus, right?
Because I look at it, yeah.
I got it. What's your automatic message that you feel like works for people?
It's different for every person because when I meet somebody, if somebody's in business paying a lot of taxes, my message is to them, I can go help you save a lot of taxes. You know, you got a homeowner that wants to pay their mortgage off quickly, my message might be, I can show you how to pay off your house in 10 years compared to 30. If you got somebody who just needs help investing in real estate and needs investors, my message might be, hey, I've got a lot of people that can partner with you. So the message, I don't use the same message for everybody because everybody's different. So you got to find out who they are, what they need, and once you find out who they are, what they need, the message becomes very clear, very simple. And that's even when buying and selling real estate. If you find somebody and you know who they are, you know what their needs are to sell, then you fulfill their needs, you got a deal.
I love that, so thank you. What do we offer here? We offer the action vision card. And basically, what's your biggest challenge? And ultimately, our promise is we're going to help you make more money with less time, with more satisfaction, and greater life balance. So in terms of identifying what somebody's needs are, we're actually asking them, what's your biggest challenge, so that we can help you make more money in less time with more satisfaction.
Here it is. This is
Okay.
the action card you were talking about. There's one on your, each one of you has it on the table here. Didn't want to interrupt, but I just wanted to let you know this is what it is. So pick it up as he's talking about it.
And this is an electronic, digital version too, so if you're talking to somebody over the phone or over the computer, you can send it out and they can fill this out. If you're not proficient in doing the 30-minute strategy session, I'm not. There are people who are trained at doing that, and then they can help you give that person what they need. So you can benefit everybody, and it can turn into what you're already offering, but it might turn into something else. So those people who are not qualified for us in our Renatus business, we still want to help them. We might have a solution for them. And one of the things I love, again, about Life Masteries and Coffee Connection, we're not alone. You know, as much as I challenge Mark, and I feel like Mark challenges me, when I get information that I don't know, I have a resource. And I can call Mark, or Mark farms me over to one of the EVAs, the Executive Virtual Assistants. They are wonderful, and they can give me a solution either for me or the people I'm meeting, and life goes on. So, you know, I feel like it's not yet where I'm applying everything, but I'm excited about this. Okay. So we develop our message, and that message for me is, what's your biggest challenge? We get a solution, and now we got to group people and messages together in a systematic way so that we can touch them over time. You know, the analytic, and I'm an analytic along with other things, but the analytic wants to understand things, and you don't always understand everything all at once. Many of the people out there, you know, we all heard that people need 6 touches before they know, like, and trust you. So there has to be a system. And we have the capability of having a system. And then measuring the results. Why would we measure results? Who's measuring the results here? Okay, Kevin, why do you measure results?
So I know that if what I'm doing to get there is going to be getting exactly what we need to do.
Do you mean to say that the very first thing that you offer doesn't always work? Okay, so you measure results and it's not working, then what do you do?
Change it.
You change it, yeah. And then what do you do?
Implement it.
Yeah, and then what do you do?
I keep doing it over and over again
Until
I find that it isn't working. And then I go ahead and I keep retooling it, like Ed says, to each person, the message gets retooled, and if the results, as I get better at understanding who they are, then the message becomes clearer. I know the groups that I'm talking to about the message, and I know what expected results could be measured.
Right, thank you, that's great. The last thing, you know, Elise sent me a little script. One of the things to remember is always ask people for referrals. I think some people are nervous about asking people for referrals. I've never been nervous. In fact, my buddy Rich one day, he called me up, he said, you know, I've been tasked by my company to go out and find commercial properties to buy. Rich was in property management for 30 plus years. He says, I'm a CCIM. And a CCIM is?
Certified Commercial Investment Manager.
And it's a pretty distinctive designation, isn't it? You have to know a lot, don't you?
Supposed to.
Yeah. So do you know everything there is about how to evaluate a property?
No.
Do you know pretty much more than I do?
Yes.
Okay. And what was your holdup that you weren't able to do?
Going out there and doing it.
Yeah. So Rich says, you'll talk to anybody about anything, and you don't have to know the first thing about it. And I will! So we started making calls to owners of commercial properties, and we actually went to Lexington or Louisville, Kentucky, and we looked at properties, because people want to tell you their story, and they want help. So don't be afraid to ask somebody. Script is, if the cluster principle, so-and-so, I know that you're a successful person, and I imagine you know 2 to 3 to 6 people just like you who might be able to benefit from what I'm offering. Can I ask you for a referral? And you know, people, like Thoreau said, they're waiting to be heard. They live lives of quiet desperation, and if you're the person who's actually going to listen to them and ask for their wisdom, you just made their day. So don't ever hesitate to ask for referrals. Any questions? And not hard ones. Any questions? Okay. Thank you, guys.
Good job.